Real talk. I just got to dismantle the cliche. Like, it sounds cool. It sounds cute. Happy wife, happy life. But that's the biggest lie ever. Like, I'm just going to put it out. That's the biggest lie ever. So you mean to tell me that you're going to be, as a man, you're going to put your feelings on the side. Your feelings doesn't matter. How you feel, what you feel about the relationship, what you feel about certain situations doesn't matter, just as long as she happy. Like, that's crazy to me. Now, I'm not saying that her happiness is not important, but it should not be the only happiness that's required.
Man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
What's going on, family? I want to welcome you to AOS, the podcast. I'm your host, Mr. AOS Inspires. This is what I need you to do. We're on every single platform: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I need you to go and subscribe and follow us right now. We drop content every single day that'll help you with your life, because our mission here at AOS, the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. I want you to live life on the next level. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that's watching this episode. This is going to be a dynamic episode. I need you to dive in. Do me a big favor. I need you to like, share, and comment. Don't be a stranger. I like, comment with us. And this is what I need you also to do. I need you to copy this link right here on this podcast, this episode, and share it with at least 10 of your friends. I promise you, it's going to help them out. Let's jump into the episode. Family, I welcome you to another episode of AOS, the podcast. Let's go ahead and jump right on into this thing. I had a conversation with somebody, and it's crazy because this topic is going to be the conversation starter. Like, really, like, we're going to have a conversation, and I believe that some conversation is going to be geared around this, because it's crazy. Watch this. On Mother's Day, the store, I'm gonna even go a little step further. We just, not too long ago, had Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day, in the season of love. The whole store, I went into a grocery store. I had to call my wife. I'm like, yo, have you been in Safeway? Like, it's bananas. The whole store flooded with balloons, right? As a matter of fact, it's so much merch and so much Valentine's paraphernalia there that the store, soon you walk in, it's like, it darkens, right? It like dims the light just a little bit, because the whole store is so flooded with balloons. It's flooded with so much paraphernalia, right? So let's get that, right? So the first thing you got is Valentine's Day. The store is flooded with paraphernalia, right? Let's go to the other thing. Mother's Day. The store is flooded with Mother's Day paraphernalia. Why? Because we appreciate mothers. We love mothers. I get it. Father's Day roll around. Some of y'all can rock with me. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. When Father's Day roll around, we get this one small end cap, right? Now, I just, I don't care how you feel, whether he's there for the children, whether he's financially there. It doesn't matter. All fathers are not bad fathers. But on Father's Day, what do we get? We don't get a store full of stuff, right? We get this small end cap. So I really want to deal with this on today. You already see the thumbnail. You already see the description and the title. You already see that. It's crazy because we have been indoctrinated to believe happy wife, happy life is trash. That's that's the biggest lie ever told. At least one of them. Not the biggest, but at least it's one of them. I have an issue with this, and the reason I have an issue with this, because this phraseology is suggesting, as long as she's happy, it doesn't matter how the man feels. It doesn't matter how the husband feels. Suck it up, right? That's what I'm taking from it. It's suck it up. And it's crazy because so many women have been running with this phraseology. Oh, happy life, happy. The reason I'm bringing this episode, I heard this lady say it, and we had this conversation, and, she was having a conversation with her husband, and she was like, don't forget the happy wife, happy life. No, it's crazy. No, absolutely not. Like, happy life for who? I had to interject, right? We had a conversation. I had to interject. Happy life for who? That's what I want to know. For just the wife? Is that something that's palatable? Can we really live off that model? Happy wife, happy. Now, I get it. There has been guys that have come before us or in the past that lived off that model, like happy wife, happy life. Like as long as she happy, I'm happy, right? And there's some guys that feel like that. I mean, that's you. I just don't see how that model can work. Because when you say that, and I get it, because men have been trained not to show emotion, right? And with just throughout the years, throughout generations, we have been taught that. Don't show emotions. Don't show your weakness. Because when you show your weakness, you show a side of you that can be taken advantage of. Matter of fact, I'm going to insert this. Shaq said this and Monique challenged it. And I rock with Monique when she said that. All right. I rock with Shaq. I like Shaq. I love Shaq. I love what Shaq stands for. I love what Shaq does. Business, he's a monster. What's going on, family? I know that you're enjoying the episode, but I had to pause to ask you a quick question. Have you ever been through anything in life that was so life-altering that it changed your life forever? I mean, have you ever been and had a job and you lost that job? I mean, your dream job. You lost that job for whatever reason. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. You started a business and the business started off great and then it seemed as if it was going downhill. And now you're at a place, you lost your marriage, you lost your children, you lost some major things in your life. And now you're at a place in life where you're like, hey, this is the end of the road. I don't see it getting better. I got news for you. It will get better. And I wrote a book just for you. It's entitled Winning After a Major Loss. You need to go and get your copy. Go to barnesandnoble.com, go to amazon.com, get your copy right now. Winning After a Major Loss. I promise you, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. It's going to change your mindset. Most importantly, it's going to change your heart about your situation, because I promise you, you can win after a major loss. Go get your copy now. Barnes & Noble's, amazon.com. Order your copy now. Let's get back to the episode. One thing he said was he never opens up to a woman because a woman will use what he opens up to her about against him. Monique said, listen, you taking advice, right, from a guy that doesn't have a woman. Let's keep that a buck, right? So when we begin to dissect that, we have been taught, and he's just been indoctrinated. Don't open up to a woman. And I get it, because some women, you got to choose the right woman. You can open up to the wrong woman and she will use that very thing that you told her in confidentiality, right? She will use that against you in an argument. You open up to her about something that you're insecure about, and then she used that as a low blow. That's for a different topic. That's for a different conversation. But she used that as a low blow because, for whatever reason, that's what she does. But we have been taught, men have been taught, you keep your feelings to yourself, right? So this is where this false ideology or this false doctrine has stemmed from. You keep your feelings to yourself. You don't be emotional. As a man is not to be emotional. A man is not to really communicate his feelings, right? But it's like a catch-22, because there's a lot of women that want men to act in this manner, but yet you want him to open up and communicate. It's impossible to have one without the other. There has to be both. There has to be a moment where he's vulnerable in order to communicate. Because if I cannot be vulnerable, I will not communicate, period. Ladies, that's a bar for you ladies. Like that's a hat. That's the reason many of you ladies, this is the reason why a lot of your men have not opened up to you yet, because he doesn't feel the safety space or the safety net to be vulnerable to you. I can't open up and communicate to you if I don't feel the ability to be vulnerable, or I don't have the safe space with you to be vulnerable. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of you ladies, you cause this on yourself. Let's really be honest, because you hit below the belt in the midst of an argument, right? And this is crazy, because many of you argue with your guys, and you say things to your guys. Your guys do the same thing, but you say things to this guy as if you care nothing about him. But I'm going to say what I say to you that's so disrespectful. I'm going to hit below the belt. But then when we get to a moment of where we're cool, I want you to communicate with me. I want you to be able to talk to me, express how you really feel. How can I express how I really feel? When I express how I feel, then later down the road, when you're mad, you're going to say something crazy to me. It's like a catch-22. So that's why I understand where this phrase has derived from. but it's trash. Happy wife, happy life. What about happy both of us, happy life? Right? Because this is the thing. Like this is just, I did an episode and I was like, yo, money does make you happy. Even the Bible says money answer all things. That's what the Bible says, right? Let's really be honest. If we really chop that thing down, if I give you $1 million right now, if I wrote you a check for $100,000, and especially I don't care how much money you have, you're going to be excited for that moment. Depending on your excitement level, depending on your financial level, right? You're going to be excited. Broke person, crazy excited. Rich person, he'll be happy. He won't be crazy excited because he's used to money. So that's the broken down piece that I want you to understand about money. However, when both of us are healthy, happy, right? Let's look at that. When both of us, the man and the wife and the husband, are healthy, happy, watch this, the relationship can thrive, the relationship can grow. But if the relationship is just one-sided, it's lopsided, where she's happy and I'm not happy, watch this, the relationship will not thrive. I keep my mouth shut, but for so long. The man will keep his mouth shut, but for so long. But eventually, something's going to get said to hurt your feelings. Something's going to get said to break your heart. Why? Because pressure busts pipes. Ladies, stop walking around as if, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. That's not all that matters. Like his happiness matters, right? Now, I'm not saying let's clear this up. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna chop this up and y'all gonna say some cold crazy stuff, but it is what it is. Not all women operate like that. There are some women that operate with integrity to say, I want to make sure and check the temperature of my man to make sure that he's in a good space with us. Right? I want to make sure that he's happy in this relationship. I want to make sure that watch this. Many women say, I'm gonna make sure I take care of his needs, and you thinking that his needs is just sexual. And that's so far removed from the truth. Every man's needs, yes, sexual is a place that needs to be taken care of, but that's not the main focus of every man's needs. Some men need to have that peace from you. Some men need to have that peace of mind from you. Some men need that sanctuary space to be you, where I can come to you and be able to release how I really feel, not in a sexual manner. But I want to release how I feel, what I'm going through, and be safe enough that I know that this won't come up again, even in private, in an argument. Many of you ladies are not being that to that man, but there's a lot of women that do. There's a lot of women that move with intentionality in that space to make sure, listen, I don't want to just make sure I'm happy, but I want to make sure that we're happy. Right. So I just wanted to come and just bust up that conversation. Like, it bothers, it really does bother me. Happy wife, happy life. No, that's trash. You're selfish. Any woman, I'm gonna go even a step further and say this. Any woman that really believes that phraseology and live by that phraseology, you're selfish. You are a selfish woman, period. So it's as if you're a brat, right? You're a spoiled brat. Like, yo, I want to get what I get. And if you get some of what you want, cool. No, it doesn't work that way. Right? That's why I tell people all the time in a relationship, or even especially in a marriage, if both parties make sure that the other party is good, there will be no lack in the relationship at all. Right? Let's look at it all holistically, financially. Let's look at it emotionally, sexually, spiritually, mentally. Right? If we make sure that my main priority is to make sure that you're okay, and your main priority is to make sure that I'm okay, neither one of us will go lacking. If I treat you the way that I want to be treated in this relationship, right, I will make sure with intentionality that all the grounds are covered, and you're going to make sure that all the grounds are covered. I'm going to make sure you eat. You're going to make sure that I've eaten, right? If we do this equally, if we love equally, I promise you your relationship will grow to the next level. But many of your relationships are lopsided. Why? Because I'm all concerned about me and me being pleased, me being happy, me. It's crazy because the only me is in team. It's no I. It's only me and team, right? I hate when people say ain't no I in team, but there sure is a me in that thing, right? But that's crazy. It's a me and team. There's no us in team. Let's really look at it. Like let's take it for what it's worth, right? Yes, we have to be a team, but we have to move past a team and be a unit. Because when we are a team, there's many individuals. This is my ideology about team. There's many individuals that's operating individually that we're supposed to be operating together collectively to make sure that the body is good. But sometimes team members don't play well together. But when I'm a unit, you're totally different. A unit moves together. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So, like in a relationship, I want us to be a unit. I don't want us to necessarily be a team. I get it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Cool. I understand. Sounds cute, right? But when you're talking about a unit, right? One unit moving together in unison, right? We can't be stopped. And that's all I want to say. I'm done. Like that's the whole nutshell. Like, I may do a part 3 to this, or 2 and 3 and 4 with other people, because I really want to get people's feedback. I really want to start this conversation. I really want to be able to dive deep so that people can understand, like, yo, happy wife, happy life is the biggest lie ever. Like, it's especially as it pertains to a relationship. It's a big lie. It's crazy. It is a lie, because if I only make sure that she's straight, I will always be lacking as the husband. And if she never makes sure that I'm straight, the relationship will be lacking. I'm going to say this, I'm done. I can bring money to the house every single week, make sure that all the bills are paid, right? And I can make sure that you have all the necessities and some of the wants in my means that I can do for you. And I can make sure that you have that. But if you never return the favor to me, this is what's going to happen. And many ladies, y'all missing it. This is where cheating gets involved. Why? Because I'm not getting what I really need at home. Because happy wife, happy life. Now, I'm going to say this for real. Ladies, if you operate like that and you really truly believe that in your core, don't get mad when he step out there and cheat. I'm not saying it's an excuse to cheat. However, you're lacking in this department where you don't care about this man holistically. All you care about is making sure that you're good. And if you operate like that, I don't want to see no crying. I don't want to see no sad faces. I don't want to hear nothing. If he cheats, it is what it is. You slacking. That's it. What's going on, family? I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you doing your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.